live again on Instagram Live. Pamela Patrick. Hey, Bunny, darling, how are you?
Oh,
No,
we
Bunny, darling,
didn't
you're
end.
just in time, Bunny, darling. Don't come back later.
Bunny,
Margot
stay,
K, Chris
please.
Ree.
Don't leave, Bunny. Bunny.
We are now in the new live.
We're on the new
Bunny,
live.
please stay. All right, I'm gonna just like this. Why? Wait, are we live? I don't think we're live.
We're live.
Are we? Oh,
You're live,
hi,
yeah.
hi everyone. I'm sorry about that.
Hi, Chris Ree.
Don't know what happened there. That was awkward.
Hi, Debbie Goldman. Hi. Oh, there's Two Scooter.
Shadow 3.
Everybody thinks you're not with the channel, but I told them I have way too much on you that you can never leave.
Sugar.
I'm going to mute like
ST.
Hi, Annie B. Hi, Marianne Frontini. Hi, Flo on the Go. Hi, Kevin
Gasoline.
Leonard. Hi, Jeanette. Oh, Billy Boy, you made it. Julie W. Liza Ward. Deborah Vancouverton. Tracy B. Elise K. Hi. There we go.
The whole time.
Friends. Okay, let's see if we.
The horse whisperer.
I'm gonna put you in the waiting room.
Post office.
Oh my goodness.
Already been in the post office. Delivering the process.
Okay, so. Oh, who's here? How did somebody come out of the waiting room? How are people coming out of the waiting room? Okay. I can't put anybody in the waiting room. How are they coming out of the waiting room?
Hi, Caroline. How are you?
Hi. Okay, there we go. There we go. Hey. All right, so let me see. There was a where did I just see this horrible thing? So the sheriff confirms that the body that was found in the vehicle in Prosser Lake is indeed Kylie Rodney. So the Placer County Sheriff's Office confirmed Tuesday, well, we still call it today, that the body pulled out of the California reservoir earlier this week was that of 16-year-old Kylie Rodney. And they are in communication with Kylie's family and offer their deepest condolences to them at this difficult time. Yesterday we read you the family statement. And shortly after midnight on August 6th, Kylie texted her mother to say she was headed home. After a few minutes, she called a friend. She was not seen or heard from again, prompting an intensive multi-agency search of the area. And as the sun set over the reservoir on Sunday, a KCRA helicopter captured the slow process of removing the vehicle from the water. When it reached the shore, investigators quickly covered it with tarps before pulling it the rest of the way onto a flatbed tow truck and driving away. Divers with Adventures with Purpose and used underwater sonar search and recovery to dive team to help find the missing car, the missing vehicle, the missing person. They found the vehicle Saturday while using divers and sonar. The team scoured nearby Donner Lake and other smaller bodies of water on what would have been Kylie's route home that night, and then they began the search of Prosser Creek Reservoir on Sunday at 2:30 p.m. The team posted they had found the car with Rodney's body inside. Police say they're appreciative of the search organization for their assistance, adding that they're also appreciative of volunteers who previously swam in waters while trying to find the teenager. According to the California Highway Patrol, there are a lot of factors in the case that could take anywhere from several days to several weeks to get through. A cause of death has not been determined. An autopsy was scheduled for Tuesday. A toxicology test will also be performed, but the results could take 4 to 6 weeks. Okay, so that is that. And then, let's see. There was something I was going to look at it. Very tragic. Okay, and the Nicholas Cruz trial. His sister, we talked about her being on the stand yesterday. Well, she was questioned during her brother's sentencing trial regarding knowledge about a reality show episode used to capitalize on the 2018 high school shooting massacre. So Florida prosecutor Jeff Marcus asked Cruz's older sister, 35-year-old Danielle Woodard, if she knew anything about an episode that featured the killer's younger brother, Zachary Cruz. And I quote, "Do you think it would be appropriate to capitalize on the murders of 14 children and 3 staff members at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School by filming or creating a reality show based on being the brother of a mass murderer?" And she replied, "What does that have to do with anything, sir?" The prosecutor was referring to an episode entitled Being Zachary Cruz, which details the life of the killer's brother as he had just following the Parkland High School shooting, and the episode aired on Unleashed TV. She testified she was not aware of the show. Let's see here. And that's about that for that. And yesterday she was talking about that he was born in a polluted womb because the mother was a drug addict and she drank and she did crack cocaine while she was pregnant and all of that. Now, back to Kylie Rodney. Her former boyfriend opened up on Monday after police announced that her vehicle was found in the California reservoir with a body inside. And this is Jagger Westfall. He said, "This was an insanely effed up situation, and it still is insanely effed up, and I still don't know how to process it, and I don't think I'm ever going to be able to process it," said 18-year-old Jagger Westfall. And he said that during a Facebook video, and he said, "I know that it effing hurts, and I know that it hurts all of you, and I just want to say thank you for everyone that put the effort in and tried so effing hard to bring her home. It really means a lot to me, and I'm sure it means a lot to her too. Thank you." Okay, and that was that about that. There was something else I was thinking. Okay. Florida authorities charged a woman with murder on Sunday after she allegedly killed the father of her children by stabbing him in his thigh. Rianne Cole Spicer is facing a second-degree murder charge in connection with the death, and she's 24, of 29-year-old Larry Jarrell. St. Petersburg police said in the arrest affidavit that the pair had 3 children together. The incident happened on Friday at the Casa Grande Apartments in St. Petersburg. Police found Gerald deceased following a call for help. The suspect and the victim had been living together in an apartment at the complex. Spicer was a person of interest from the beginning, according to what the police wrote in that affidavit. The death was suspicious, and through an autopsy report and further investigation this weekend, it was determined to be a homicide. On Sunday, Spicer turned herself in after investigators said she inflicted a mortal wound to the inside of Gerald's thighs. Spicer was arrested a month prior for the latest incident for domestic battery. On July 9th, she was ordered to have no contact with Gerald. In November of 2021, she was arrested for the same charge, making 2 separate misdemeanor battery charges against her. Court records indicate that Gerald, too, was arrested on domestic battery charges in February and was told to have no contact with Spicer. Well, that didn't end well, and that was a stab wound in the thigh. Who knows if she thought that was going to be. I don't know. A possible drunk driver smashed head-on into the car driven by 32-year-old Maine mother on Sunday morning. The driver suffered non-life-threatening injuries himself while he killed her. Sanford Police Department Lieutenant Matthew Gagney said that Cody Machoud, 32, was taken to Portsmouth Regional Hospital for treatment and will likely face felony charges in the death of Annie Sinclair. Investigators say Machoud was conscious and talking after the 9:30 a.m. crash that they believe alcohol and speed played a role in. Officers scrambled to respond to the call after the police got multiple calls about an erratic driver in a Jeep on Sunday morning, and they scrambled to respond. They started to respond, and that's when they heard of the crash. Any loss of life is tragic, Gagney said. We respond and get on scene as quickly as possible, and sometimes it's just too late. Police say Machoud's Jeep and Sinclair's vehicle are undergoing vehicle autopsies to determine what happened in the crash. Sinclair was the mother of 2 young daughters. It's just so sad. I feel so bad for the families, and the little girls don't have a mother now, said Alexa Hall, who lives across the street from the crash site, and said she heard the bang. That's terrible. And I guess that maybe Adventures with Purpose is going to go look for the Jalisa tomorrow. They said they were taking 2 days off, so I don't know if they've come to. There was something else. I think I found that in. Okay. Here we go. A SWAT standoff in Ohio on Sunday reportedly ended with a man fatally shooting his 6-year-old daughter and then turning the gun on himself. Mount Healthy Police initially received a call regarding a dispute during a custody exchange. Officers responded to a home owned by Eric Johnson's parents, and they called SWAT after hearing a gunshot from the second-floor bedroom and discovering the door was barricaded. More gunshots were heard before the SWAT arrived on the scene. SWAT attempted to make contact with Johnson, who's 40 years old, before they entered the bedroom, and they found him and his daughter, Lila, deceased with gunshot wounds. It was also reported that Eric was a felon who was barred from owning firearms. No officers were injured in Sunday's apparent murder-suicide. This guy looks so familiar to me. I feel like we've heard about him before. A North Carolina man has been charged with drenching his mother in gasoline and setting her on fire Monday morning, killing her. Winston-Salem police officers responded to a call just before 11 a.m. and they found 72-year-old Joanna Parker in flames on her front porch. They were able to extinguish the blaze and rush Parker to a hospital, but she died there of her injuries. Investigators said that James Parker, 48, was upset with his mother for some reason, which prompted him to pour gasoline on her and light it. The police spokesperson, Kira Boyd, declined to release any further information. James Parker lived with his mother. Parker was charged with murder and ordered held without bond. Wow, it's unbelievable. A 14-year-old Missouri girl is reportedly on life support after bullying at school led her to attempt to unalive herself early this month. On August 8th, Mary Butler found her daughter, Spirit, unresponsive on the floor, reported that Spirit's parents had multiple meetings with staff at the Riverview Gardens High School about ongoing physical, emotional, and online bullying targeting of their daughter. Spirit is reportedly on life support following the suicide attempt, and many doctors are waiting for the word to take the 14-year-old off of life support. My baby is in that hospital, and they're saying that she's not coming home because of this. Her mother said during a Facebook Live broadcast, "My baby's not going to be able to be with me in my future. She didn't deserve this." The mother alleged that Spirit has been bullied since 6th grade. She also claimed she spoke to officials when it started, and a counselor was supposed to have one-on-one time with Spirit. According to the mother, that never occurred, and the bullying continued. Mary claims school officials continue to assure her they would watch her daughter. She explained that Spirit started acting out in school to get suspended and avoid being bullied. Spirit, who would have been a freshman, reportedly tried to kill herself before the school year started. "I feel like my baby just gave up," the mother said. "My baby hung herself in the closet." Riverview Gardens School District declined to comment on the nature of the allegations posed by Spirit's mother, citing student privacy concerns. They said that Riverview Gardens School District takes bullying very seriously. While we cannot publicly discuss student matters, the district strives to create a safe and welcoming learning environment for our scholars, and we are committed to supporting students' social and emotional health. Hold on 1 second. Okay, hold on a minute. We covered that yesterday. North Carolina parents. Super. Okay, so in Arizona, A woman is wanted in Arizona after she reportedly was caught on video smashing a store employee in the face with a brick and repeatedly slamming the worker's head into the floor. The assault happened at 2 a.m. on August 4th at a Circle K gas station on 3151 East Broadway Road in Phoenix. A woman wearing a cheetah print hoodie and a face mask walked into a gas station and hit the worker across the face with a brick, demanding the code for the cash register. The video shows that the worker fell to the ground after getting hit, and the suspect is seen taking the employee by the head and slamming it on the floor multiple times. The suspect later walks out of the store with another woman who is carrying an armful of items. Police say the one suspect has already been identified and arrested in connection with the incident, but detectives are still searching for the woman in the cheetah print hoodie. Investigators describe her as a black female between 20 and 30 years old. She was last seen wearing the cheetah print hoodie with Washington, D.C. printed on the front, multicolored pants, pink shoes, and a black backpack. Wow. Crazy. The stepfather of a man who was held down and beaten by 3 Arkansas law enforcement officers has spoken, and he says he hopes the officers burn. I don't know if you guys saw this video. It's very, very disturbing. Randall Worcester, 27 years old, was tackled and beaten, had his head slammed into pavement by 2 sheriff's deputies and a police officer on the 21st of August near Little Rock. He has been recovering from minor injuries resulting from the scrape with the police. The officers who beat him have all been suspended without pay, pending an investigation. Eric Wedding, Mr. Worcester's stepfather, spoke with the media about the incident, saying it needed to be highlighted by the media. I hope they burn, he said. Enough is enough. Deputies Zach King, Levi White, and Mulberry police officer Thel Riddle encountered Mr. Worcester while responding to a call in a gas station. Staff called police and said Mr. Worcester allegedly spit on them and threatened that he would cut off their face. Mr. Worcester allegedly shoved a deputy who was confronting him about the claims. The deputy fell, police claim. Mr. Worcester punched him in the back of the head. Police already had Mr. Worcester in handcuffs when they began punching him and slamming his head into the ground. A woman can be heard in the background of the video telling the police not to beat the man, saying he needed his medication. We did not know that would happen if the person would not have been videoing. We do not know what would have happened, said one of Worcester's attorneys. The fight was escalating with those officers, and you hear that woman on the video yelling, and whoever that is, I think she could have saved his life. None of law enforcement personnel involved in the incident were wearing body cameras. After the confrontation with police, Mr. Worcester had injuries to his face, head, ears, eyes, and knees, as well as numerous scrapes. He was treated at the hospital and later released. The Arkansas State Police have been asked to carry out the investigation into the law enforcement officers' actions. The city of Mulberry and the Mulberry Police Department takes those investigations very seriously and holds all officers accountable for their actions, said the Mulberry Police in a statement. Oh yeah, this is what I wanted to tell you about. A Washington couple was found murdered in their homes. Their daughter found them when she went to go visit them to check on them. The Kitsap County Sheriff's Office said that Stephen and Mina Scholes, both 51, were killed in their home in Olalia, Washington. The Scholes' daughter visited her parents' home on Thursday to check in on them and discovered evidence of a break-in at the house, and she was unable to locate her parents, so she called 911 to report them missing. Police arrived at the home and began searching, which led them to make the gruesome discovery of the couple that they said had died from homicidal violence. Imagine your child coming to check on you and finding that kind of scene, said Lieutenant Ken Dickinson. Police identified Sean D. Rose, 40, as the possible suspect thanks to an influx of tips and began searching for him. The suspect was initially spotted driving an allegedly stolen car in Mason County, leading deputies on a short chase through Mason and Pierce counties before the chase became too dangerous to continue. Mr. Rose was later identified at a gas station in Tacoma, Washington on Sunday night and was apprehended after an alleged struggle with responding officers. Mr. Rose was arrested and charged with murder in connection to the couple. He was also charged with burglary and unlawful possession of a firearm. Police say he had a history of car theft, burglary, theft, and drug use. His bail has been set at $5 million. The couple was well loved in their community. Dwayne Wayland, a friend of the couple, said that the pair were opening a brewery in a month. A makeshift memorial was established outside their soon-to-be-open brewery after news of their deaths became public. It's just senseless, Mr. Wayland said. They deserved a chance to realize their dream. They deserved a chance to continue their life because all they did was contribute good to the world. He said that Mr. and Mrs. Scholes were everything to us. The Scholes' daughter was distraught and offered few comments, but told the news that people needed to take time to say I love you to their loved ones whenever they can. Police have not identified a motive in the murders and have not identified any connection between Mr. Rose and the family. A 31-year-old Maryland man is facing criminal homicide charges in Pennsylvania, and that's because he allegedly went on a stabbing spree that killed 34-year-old Christine Fausek and her 5-year-old daughter Riley Reynolds, and also leaving 2 others severely injured. Statement from the Pennsylvania State Police alleges that officers responding to 911 calls about a stabbing from a private residence in Hopewell Township arrived to find the suspect, Keith Kretzer, waiting outside. According to court documents, the arresting officer said Kretzer had cuts and blood on both of his hands. Online court records confirm that he is being held without bond on 2 counts of criminal homicide and 2 counts of criminal attempted homicide. Kretzer has yet to enter pleas to the charges, and it's unclear if he has an attorney at the time. Kretzer was taken into custody without incident. Emergency responders entered the residence to find a total of 4 victims. Fausek and her daughter Riley were pronounced dead at the scene. Those injured in the stabbing, Jacqueline Fausek, 63, and Joseph Fausek, 28, were treated on the scene and transported to a local hospital for serious injuries sustained. Police have not commented on if and how Kretzer knew the victims. Officials have yet to speculate on a possible motive. According to the York County Coroner's Office, autopsies for Fausek and Riley will be performed tomorrow. It's really sad. Okay, so I think that will complete the true crime headlines for tonight. And let's see. Okay, so yeah, Nicole, it's not really good at all, right? Okay, let's see. You're making chicken pot pie and you have a cupcake for dessert. That's good. You're having steak and leftovers again? Leftovers? Did you talk to Scooter about the leftovers? I feel hungry now too. But it's 2:46. Oh. I think I'm going to call it a nighty. And members and Patreons are welcome to convene in the Zoom if they would like. I'm going to go to sleep. So tired. Billy Boy likes chicken pot pie. Do you, Billy? You're going to do a barbecue, Deborah? That's nice. Well, let's get an inspirational card. Let's go from this little box today. Breathe, step back, think, and react. And look at the next one that was there. We are what we think. Oh, thank you. Yes, I will. Oh, somebody's here. I have to get on my hike. I just can't believe August is coming to an end, and I feel like I did nothing. Much that some of the kids want to go to a water park. Get something.
Yes.
Hey, wait a second. You know what? I want to just see something. Galumkiss? What is Galumkiss? Who made it? Who made that? I don't know what Galumkiss is. Labor Day weekend. See one thing here. Hang on a minute, guys. I'm trying to see. Wow. Oh my gosh. There was a 3 night.
Carolyn, can you make me a host?
Yeah, I will.
Thanks. Have a great night. Good
I
night.
will. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm not signing off yet. I mean, I'm not always signing off.
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
doing
I thought I
something.
just rolled over and thought you.
Oh, okay.
I had fun tonight. Thank you.
Oh,
I did too, Linda and Carolyn.
what is it doing? I don't know. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Let me.
I'm eating.
Okay. Let me go in. Okay, guys. Don't let your Galumpus.
No, they're Carolyn. They're called Gawumpkies. I'm sorry. They're Polish, and they're like a meat and rice filled cabbage with like a sweet tomato sauce.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good night, everybody. Good night, Sean. Sean, please send me your information because somebody's sending you something. See you tomorrow, everybody. Have a good night. Good night. Okay. Hold on. I've got to go to the